Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the Scream franchise. Let's get into the video. I just want to say here and now before anybody gets it twisted after this ranking, I love all of these films. I actually think this is one of the few franchises that all of the movies are good. So however I list them does not mean that I hate them. At number 5, we have Scream 4. 10 years have passed and Sidney Prescott, who has put herself back together, thanks in part to her writing, becomes the target of a new Ghostface killer. So I actually do enjoy Scream 4, but it is not one that I reach for often. I will say I really love the cast and I really love Kirby as a character. I feel like she deserved so much better. And though I do like the story for Scream 4 and the twist on who the killer was, some of it did feel a little bit silly. Though naturally with most of these films it is silly. But I don't know, it's not my favorite. I will say though, the last act in the film is a lot of fun and I do really like the ridiculous ending in the hospital. Like, I just love that scene where she's like, any last words? She's like, clear. I think that scene is absolutely iconic. The entire scene is iconic. And I did enjoy Emma Roberts as Jill. I think she did a good job. Other than that, I just feel like this is probably the weakest in the franchise, just because it really doesn't give me that intensity that the other films gave me. Still a fun movie though. Now at number 4, we have Scream 2. Oh my god, they're gonna kill me for that. 2 years after the first series of murders, as Sidney acclimates to college life, someone donning the Ghostface costume begins a new string of murders. Okay, so I actually rewatched the entire franchise for not only this video, but in order to prep for the new film. And I remember really liking Scream 2 a lot more years ago. And then this time around, I found this one to just be really, really slow. Now, again, I don't think this film is bad. I do like it, and I really love the opening scene with Jada Pinkett Smith. I think she's so good. I think that intro is absolutely iconic, and I think it's a lot of fun. But I will say that the last act in this one for me, this time around at least, just came across as kind of really ridiculous. Now, again, you could say all of these films are ridiculous and that is the point, but I don't know what it was. Just the fact that one of the killers was Billy's mom really, I don't know why. I just wasn't with that. It was also the way that she played the role that kind of took me out. And it was because it was very cartoonish. I guess that's fine because it's supposed to be such an over-the-top dramatic scene, but I just didn't really love it as much as I did forever ago. I did really love Timothy Olyphant as Mickey. I think he was a lot of fun. And there is so much to love about this movie. Of course, there's a lot of iconic lines and a lot of iconic scenes. So again, I do really like this one. It's just the last act this time around for me it was something. Another thing that I think is really, really cool in Scream 2 is that entire sequence when Sidney is acting in the school play and they're doing the rehearsal and she just keeps seeing the Ghostface mask, and love that. Now at number 3, I know for some this may be controversial, but whatever, I like it. We have Scream 3. While Sidney and her friends visit the Hollywood set of Stab 3, the third film based on the Woodsboro murders, another Ghostface killer rises to terrorize them. Okay, so it seems as though Scream 3 is the one that everybody thinks is the worst But for me personally, I actually really like this one, and I think it's a lot of fun. Though the last act, again, super silly, and the reveal of the killer being like her brother is really goofy, I feel like it works. Not only that, but I just love the movie within a movie. I love the super meta aspect of it. I mean, what is Scream without being super meta? Another thing that I really like about this one is that it is super funny. Overall, if I'm being honest, I really like the story in this one. I think it's fun and I love the setting. One thing I do not love, however, has to be the very cursed Courtney Cox bangs. I mean, she absolutely rocks it and she is an icon. She is the moment, but that was a mess and I need to know why they did that to her. Another thing that I really liked about this too is the kills. I mean, I love the kills in all the movies, but I really do like the kills in Scream 3. I think they're a lot of fun. Ooh, and now we're getting down to it. At number 2, we have Scream 2022, directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olphin and Tyler Gillett. 25 years after the original series of murders in Woodsboro, a new Ghostface emerges, and Sidney Prescott must return to uncover the truth. Okay, so if you have not seen my Scream 2022 review, I'm gonna just link it up there because you definitely need to check it out. I have an entire spoiler-free and spoiler section, and we get into all the really cool and fun deaths. It's a good time. So this one for me was absolutely up to par with the first Scream. I mean, it was so good. I was really not expecting this one to be as good as it was, and I am so happy it was that good. Not to mention, I absolutely love seeing 2 Latinas in Scream. I mean, like I said in my review, are you fucking kidding me? I was freaking the fuck out. Everybody in the film absolutely crushed it, and we have a really big cast here and everybody nails it. You can tell that everybody had great chemistry, so I absolutely love that. I also just really love a requel. This is how you do a requel. I think the story of Scream 2022 is really good. I thought it was very well thought out, and I definitely got a lot of Wes Craven vibes. So you can tell that the directors really just knew what they were doing and took a lot of care with this film, and you can just tell they really love the franchise. I absolutely love the opening sequence again, and I love the last act. So good. And now at number 1, to no one's surprise, it is one of my favorite horror films of all time. It is Scream 1996. A year after the murder of her mother, a teenage girl is terrorized by a new killer who targets the girl and her friends by using horror films as part of a deadly game. So for me, this is one of those films that it's a masterpiece. It's timeless. It's iconic. The performances in here are amazing. And they are so memorable that we all love and appreciate and quote them to this day. I also think that the story in Scream 1996 is the strongest of all of the films, and I think it's executed the best. And again, like I said about all the other films, love the opening sequence so much. And the last act of Scream 1996 is one of my favorite things ever. I think that I can just do that entire scene and play every single part for you guys. Speaking of playing roles from Scream, if you have not checked out our table scream of Scream from November, I'm gonna just link it up there because you should check it out. We do live readings of your favorite horror movie scripts, and Scream was one of my favorite ones that we did. Oh, I also have to talk about the fact that the twist in Scream 1996 is done really so well. So well. I remember when I first saw it, I had no idea that it was both of them. And now upon rewatching it a million times, I can tell now, but when I first saw this and saw the reveal, I was not only terrified, but I was like, what the fuck? This is brilliant. Not to mention Matthew Lillard in the last act is absolutely everything. That is some of the best acting I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, I could talk about Scream forever, so I'm gonna shut up now. Alright, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments, how would you rank the Scream films? Which one is your favorite? I'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.